Okay, we should
What
be
up?
connected.
What's up, coach?
Tre Hondras,
What's up?
young superstar. What's going on, sir?
Nothing much. Nothing much.
I see you got the hat backers like Coach. The
Oh,
reason why
yeah,
we
you
put out,
already know. Go blue.
oh, go blue. Reason why we have our hat backers. First off, is to acknowledge King Griffey Jr., the natural. Second off is these are rally hats. We're gonna rally past coronavirus, and we're gonna get back to the baseball field.
Oh,
So I
yeah,
see
for sure.
everybody's joining. So hello to all the viewers. So I'm gonna give it another about 20 seconds so everybody can come on in. Make sure you're at your seat, get your popcorn ready. Got a young superstar. How's everything been going, Tre?
Oh, good. You know I'm working out. You know I'm putting in the work. I can't stop.
So everything's been going all right with you?
Oh, yeah. Trying to
Okay.
do all this e-learning stuff, man. Woke up early trying to do some homework.
Student athlete, right?
Yeah, trying to.
Okay. So we're gonna get started. For those who don't know, this is Tre Hondras. Tre Hondras was a member of the 2014 Little League World Series champions, Jackie Robinson West Little League. He's currently a high school senior at Homewood Flossmoor, and he has just committed to the University of Michigan baseball. So go Big Blue.
Oh, yeah.
For those, there you go. For those who don't know, Michigan went to the last game of the College World Series. They were the runner-ups, but the first time in a long time a Big Ten team has actually done that, and they shout out to the University of Michigan. They also, the coaching staff wants their team to resemble what America looks like. So diversity, hard work, perseverance. So big ups to University of Michigan baseball for loving our kids in the Midwest, especially Chicago. Okay, Coach Rami just chimed in. What's up?
I know I see a lot of my friends in here.
Yeah, that's
See a lot of
good.
my
That's
people.
good. They want to hear from you, Tre. Everybody been wanting to know what's going on with Tre Hondras.
I'm ready to
So
get
I'm gonna get started because I know it's a lot of my viewers who don't really know you. I know a lot of your viewers know your story and everything. So I guess I'm gonna start off. Talk to me about your baseball journey. So how has your previous travel baseball teams and training and coaching prepared you for where you're at right now?
I think it has a lot to do with my family and my dad. I think him putting me in a position to be successful in the baseball. All he does is sacrifice his time and his hard-earned money from himself. I've seen the jobs he does is not easy. So him doing that and helping me with the baseball and help me put me in those positions to be great is a big part of them, my dad, my family as well. But, you know, me putting in the work was the biggest thing. I had to put in the work to be the player I am, to be successful and, you know, be so-called this good baseball player. So.
Okay. And I know I mentioned the Jackie Robinson intro when we first got on. So how was your relationship with your former teammates, Jackie Robinson?
I still got real good relationships with him. I know Ed Howard, you know, he's the guy. He's the guy. Ed's my guy. Marquise, Pierce. I know Pearson here watching me, probably making fun of me right now, but
Shout out to
Pierce
Pierce
here.
Jones.
Yeah, Pierce up in here, and you know, Josh. I know, you know, I still got really good connections with everybody basically on the team. So I still talk to everybody on the team. We all still, you know, contact each other. We pretty much all local to each other, so we see, you know, we see each other pretty much every week if we playing baseball. You know, since the quarantine, we ain't been really seeing each other. But other than that, if we were playing baseball, we'd probably see each other basically every week.
Okay. And just to add on to that, man, I saw these guys when they were like 10 and 11 years old. And, you know, I was coaching. I had the 14-year-olds, and all of them had a mystique or that special something that you couldn't describe. They just had the it. And when I found out that, you know, they're entering the Little League regional and tournament, I knew, I'm like, oh, they're gonna win it all. But they have a close bond, and these guys are bulldogs in the weight room. These guys are bulldogs in the cages. Like in basketball, you call them gym rats. Well, we call them field rats. They're always at the baseball field, always at the diamond, perfecting their craft. So that's going to kind of lead me to my next question, Tre. How is it being a Homewood Flossmoor Viking? You know, you guys get a lot of slack, a lot of scrutiny, you know, in the Illinois circuit because football has been downstate, basketball is kind of in between, and now baseball is on the rise in the, you know, back to the typical Homewood Flossmoor standard. So how is it being a Homewood Flossmoor Viking?
Oh, it means everything to me. I mean, being that guy out of the whole group that, you know, went to, everybody went Catholic, everybody went to, you know, CPS, and I was the only guy out of the group that, you know, went to a public school in the suburbs at HF. And everybody looked at me and was like, you know, why don't you go to Catholic school? Because, you know, I was one of the really good players. So,
Okay.
you know, they was like, my mom told me, it was like, my mom and dad told me, they were like, you can be great anywhere you go. They'll find you anywhere you play. They'll find you. You just got to prove it to them. And I've been doing that since I was a freshman. I was a varsity player as a freshman, and I've been on varsity ever since. And they came when I played, and I performed. HF baseball was on the low when I came there. They weren't the best. We weren't the best. We had tough times. We always had the players. We just never could, you know, get that extra inch to, you know, do something big. But, you know, HF's always been a really good school. I feel like we are one of the best programs in academic and sports wise as a whole. And I mean, I feel like we got the best school. I mean, the facilities and everything is just top notch. And I mean, they're doing a real good job. Uh, you know, helping the kids out academic wise and sports wise. And my head coach Johnny Mack, man, he's something special. He's something special. I mean, I never seen a day where he's just down. You know, he's always energetic. I mean, it might be the coffee he drinks every day, but he's always energetic. He's always up. He's always got us hyped. I mean, ever since he's been there, I'll run through a wall for him just because he's always got our backs, and I'm grateful he's our coach now. Hopefully we get to play with him one last time this year. But the HF community is just top notch. It's like one of those communities whereas they're all focused on the school. It's HF. That's all they got is HF. Just like college, that's all they got is HF, and they put everything into it. So I've loved HF since I've been there my freshman year, and I'm glad to be an alumni after this year.
Go HF. Quick shout
Yeah.
out. I see Monet Davis has chimed in. Monet Davis.
Yeah, that's my girl. That's Mo right there.
Big up to Mo, man. You put the whole world on your back. Girls do play baseball. Hey, Mo, Amira Hondras, that's Trey little sister. She got a nasty swing. I want to see you guys do a little pitch and catch with each other.
Oh yeah, nah, Amira be texting Mo.
Okay.
Mo real good friends with Amira. I made sure that happened.
Okay. So Monet, we got to get you to Chicago this summer so I can see you throw against Amira. My money on Amira, Monet. Okay, so that's gonna lead me to my next question. How was the recruiting process for you?
The recruiting process was it was tough at first, a little bit. You know, I had a lot of adversity going into things. I wasn't the big guy on campus when it came to worldwide. You know, I had to prove myself every single year. I had to work every single year for me to you know, get offers. And it's all about showing up in games. It's not about the showcase. The showcases get you there. That's the start, but it's always about the game. It's always about showing up at the game, and that's how, you know, college scouts get to know you and get to see what type of player you are. And I mean, Michigan was just that type of school. They've been watching me since I was in the 8th grade, and I knew since then that they were going to be a special group and special people. I you know, more than likely choose because of how much they watch me over the years play. Like I always tell people about Michigan is like when they watched me in 8th grade, they kept watching me, and there was a point of time when me and my dad thought like, man, not HF, Michigan was like, we don't want to, you know, watch this guy no more. You know, I feel like he's, you know, I thought they felt like that they didn't want me anymore because they stopped like contacting me in a weird time. And I'm like, man, what am I doing wrong? What's going on? Like, this is the school I really wanted to go to. And then I kept performing. I kept doing my thing. And they always kept watching. And I didn't know. They always was watching. And when I looked up, going into my junior year, I went to a visit. They came out of nowhere. I went to a visit and they gave me the offer. on a Saturday game day against Indiana when the football was playing. So
Yeah.
it was a really good day. It was a special day. I remember the next day I officially said I was committed there, and I mean it's been special ever since. I mean it's been crazy.
So for my young baseball viewers who have just logged in, Tre made a very good point of the colleges are always watching. You don't know where they're at. You don't know who their point person is. They're always watching. So every day you got to bring the same intensity. Every day you got to bring the same focus, especially baseball. Of course, all the sports, but especially baseball. You can impress somebody one time, or you can leave a bad taste in a college coach one time. So that's very key. I'm glad Tre brought that up. They're always watching.
Yeah. I mean,
Always watching.
Yeah, and I feel like if a lot of people tell me that I could have waited just a little longer to see what other offers I got, but I knew Michigan was it. I knew Michigan was it from the start. The program, Coach Eric Baggage is just amazing. I mean him and I think it's Corbin from Vanderbilt.
Yeah.
They got it down packed. I mean in the they're gonna be in the national championship for a long time.
Can we see a repeat?
This year, it could have been a repeat.
Okay.
We seen the preview at the beginning of the season this year, but I believe those two teams, Michigan and Vanderbilt, their coaching staff are really getting after it, and they're going to do really good for the next couple of years, and hopefully I'll be a part of that.
Oh, you will. Now, Tre. Now, can we see your pregame preparation and or the drills that you're doing to stay ready? Can we see a couple of those?
Drill. Yeah. I know.
I don't mean to put you on the spot, but I just looked at the PBR rankings and the Dream Team, and I saw that you and Ed Howard were on the Dream Team. Who did they match you guys up against right now?
It was Maryland. The Maryland and West Virginia. It's Maryland and West Virginia.
Maryland and West Virginia. Okay.
Yeah, so I need everybody to vote us to win that game.
So what PBR is doing right now, they're taking the top kids from each state, put them on a roster, a so-called dream team, and the viewers like us, we can vote on. We go through the profiles, we see who's who, see the rankings, see what the college commitments, and we can actually vote. So, like Tre said, we need everybody to vote Team Illinois.
Yeah. They I actually woke up today and seen that. My dad said he seen it yesterday, but I seen that I was on the Dream Team Series team, and I was kind of happy. I'm like, man, it was a good feeling to know that I was one of those top guys on a Dream Team Series team for Illinois. So I was good. I know you can go to Twitter, you can go to Prep Baseball Report Twitter or Instagram, and they have it on their view story for Instagram, and then they'll have it on their page for Twitter, so you can vote.
All right, Coach Marcus Rogers just checked in. Let me see who. Coach Marcus Rogers, gym baseball founder, the head coach of Thornwell High School. So Tre, can we break off into a couple of drills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Let's see here. See if I can set up the camera somewhere. I know I could tell you
Okay.
some things I do.
Well, you can go ahead.
I know I'm here by myself. I know my the rest of my family's probably watching right now on their own on their devices. So I don't got nobody to hold up the camera, but
that's fine. You can either tell us or walk through your pregame. Yep.
So my pregame, I know usually when I'm starting the game or the game's starting, I'm usually the leadoff hitter. So, I watch when I'm pitching. The most important thing is watching his wind up, watching when should you load and when like when should you load, when should you not. Basically when should you load. But I watch him a lot. That's key because when you get up to the box, it's a whole different story because this guy's throwing 98 at my age. I mean, it's tough. I faced a guy at area code. He was throwing 99, and I mean, it looked like a blur. So,
I'm gonna kind of push your thinking. What got you ready to hit 98 and 99 miles an hour at 16 years old?
Staying short. I stayed short to the ball. That's the key is staying short and staying simple. My hitting coach Chris Cunningham, he always told me when I was young, I was like 10 years old, that I had very, very fast hands, and he was like, if you just stay short and simple, you can hit anything. So all I did was try to stay short and simple, and I made some solid contact. I was out, but it was the good solid contact, and it showed the scouts that I could hit high velo and I could play at the high level.
So I'm gonna take a question. Coach Rami Bracy, you know Coach Rami, he's
Yeah.
Kenwood head coach,
Yeah.
RAB training, White Sox ace. He wants to know what's your approach as a leadoff man.
Oh, my approach. So I had a lot of approaches throughout the years being a leadoff. I know my approach is always to. I watched Jose Altuve a lot when it was a leadoff, and his always approach was to hit the first pitch smoking, because more than likely, it's going to be a fastball. But since people started to know me in my local area, and people started to study me, they started throwing 5 curveballs in a row at me, batting leadoff, and that's not it's not normal at all. So I had to make adjustments and just know that if you're a really good hitter and you're, in your area, that people are going to start knowing how to pitch to you, trying to know how to pitch to you. So they're not going to give you anything. So I had to make adjustments. And, the game is all about making adjustments. But the key to being successful is making adjustments at every pitch, and making adjustments at every pitch is you have a higher chance of being successful. And I had to start doing that. And, when I knew I might only get one fastball, I had to take advantage of that. But me being a player, I learned how to hit breaking balls and fastballs. So me personally, I like both. I like if somebody throw me a breaking ball, I'm perfectly fine with it as well. I can hit it just as hard as I hit the fastball. So I had to that was one adversity go through in baseball, and I had to adjust to it. And I adjust to it pretty quickly.
Okay. And you mentioned the breaking ball, so we're gonna get in depth. I know I've been getting this a lot. How do I teach a kid how to hit the curveball, slider, changeup, anything that moves through the zone? So, what's some of the helpful hints you can give the viewers on how to actually hit a good breaking ball?
I feel like you gotta catch it. You gotta catch it at its. Well, me when I hit the sliders and curveballs are two different. You gotta catch them at two different spots. So sliders, you gotta catch it. You gotta catch it like almost at its when it's going down. When it's going down, you gotta catch it at the bottom. Basically, there's no way you can pull a tight slider. A hanging slider you can pull, but a tight slider you're gonna have to drive it to the right side. And with a curveball, you gotta catch it at the point where it's breaking down right into the strike zone. You can't if it starts low, it's gonna more than likely stay low. That's what Coach Nash told me that when I was around. I think I was 12 years old. He told us if it start low, it's more than likely to stay lower. So don't swing at it. But if it start up, that's when you're supposed to smash it and hang it and bang it. So I think you try to look for those pitches that are the hanging curveballs and hanging sliders. You try to look for those. When you get them, you can smash them. But the tight curveballs and tight sliders are tough. Try to foul them off. Try to make some hard contact. Drive it to right center gap. These days kids 12-year-old are throwing tight sliders and tight curveballs
Oh yeah.
for strikes. So you know it's tough. So if as a batter, you just gotta fight it off. You gotta keep battling, and you gotta try to wait back. It's all about waiting back. If you can't wait back, you're not gonna be able to hit a breaking ball. You gotta wait back. You gotta trust your hands, and you just gotta hit. You just gotta trust yourself. See ball, hit ball.
So Chase Boogie Boykin 24 asks, do you work out every day?
Absolutely, absolutely. I don't work out on the same things. I do separate things, so I'm not overloading myself. So I might do arms one day, legs the other. Then I might stretch or do a agility and speed work. And I pretty much separate them to a point where I don't overload myself. I overload my body because I know my body needs rest. But I always find a way to work out some different type of body movement in my body because I know it's certain things in my body that's not getting worked on that I don't know of. So I try to find those things. And I know my trainer, Coach Griff, Jason Griffin, he pushes me to the limit, trying to find different ways to work my body and push it to the limits, but still maintain so I can play a full season of baseball because in the major leagues 162 games, so I want to play 162 games pretty much every season, so I'm getting prepared for that now.
Shout out to Coach Griff, getting these players mind, body, and especially the body, right?
Oh yeah, for
Shout out
sure.
to Coach Nash with his hitting tips. Kevin Cole, shout out to Kevin Cole.
Coach Kev, what up?
Coach Kevin Cole, one of the coaching gurus. I call myself the outfield guru. He's one of the coaching guru. So I'm gonna kind of change gears or switch lanes. Now we're gonna talk about defense.
Yeah.
In the outfield, what's the most important aspect of actually being ready for that ball hit? Because you got a split second to make a jump, right? So what's the most important aspect of being ready in the outfield?
The outfield is really boring. So you always gotta be ready. You always gotta be alert, because you look up and you're not paying attention. That's when the ball comes to you. I've had experience where I've been looking at somebody in the stands and the ball shoots up and it's coming to me. So, the baseball guys are always there. Some reason they're there, but being alert is the main thing, and just being ready, making sure you got your timing right with your pitcher, so you can be ready. So I always watch I always watch my pitchers, and I always get their timing right when they're warming up, when we're before he pitches to real batters. Always get my timing right with my 1-2 or my jump or whatever I have to do. But my timing wise, when a ball's hit, I've been working on Ken Griffey Jr. is my mentor, but I've been working on. He's been telling me.
Shout out to the kid. Shout out to the natural.
Yeah, shout out to Griffey. But he's been talking to me about taking these routes, whereas a lot of like guys like Mike Trout and all those guys, they don't, when the ball's hit and they know it's behind them, or they know it's a hard hit, they don't look at the ball while they're running. They see the ball's hit, they take the angle, they look at the fences. They look at the fence and to know the angle to take the fence where the ball might be. And as soon as the ball's hit, they shoot, turn. They don't even look, they turn their head to the fence, find the fence, and turn and look up and, stay behind the ball, and the ball be there, they'll be behind it. So that's why when you see MLB players, they're always behind the ball, ready to throw somebody out, because they don't sway to the ball, they don't cast to the ball, they always there. And it's because when the ball's hit and they know it's hit hard, they take that angle and their head is to the fence. They take it for a quick second, go, and they look back up and they're right under the ball all the time. That's why they gain so much ground.
Okay.
That's why that's why they get to rob all the balls out there. That's why they rob balls, because robbing a baseball in a real life game is extremely hard, and that's how they get the advantage, because they waste. They're not wasting any movement. They're not wasting any less speed they could get. So they just, as soon as the ball hit, they shoot, head turns to the fence, and they look up and they get that angle. And it's hard. It's really hard to do. I've been working on it, and it's tough to do. But when you get the hang of it, then it becomes easy.
Okay, so insert a good Instagram name as what was your favorite high school playing moment?
My high school playing moment. If we were able to play this year, it would have probably been playing against Marian Catholic at Wrigley Field. But
okay,
not now. That's not happening. It will.
Did you guys win that game?
Oh yeah, we would have won that game. We would have definitely won that game. I just couldn't see ourselves. We had our guy Isaiah Coupe on the mound, Ohio State commit. I'm be seeing him a lot in college. But we had him pitching, and we just had some guys that are ready to play, and Coach Mack was gonna have us ready for that game. But
shout out to Coach Mack, Homewood Floss One, Kevin Cole, trying to build a dynasty over there at Homewood.
Oh yeah, Coach Kev. But other than that, I think it was either my sophomore year or junior year. No, it was my sophomore year. It was a story behind it. So we were going to play Providence Catholic, a first playoff game against Providence Catholic. Our bus broke down, and it was like 80 degrees. We had to pull down the windows. We were on the side of the road for an hour. Everybody PBR, everybody's there waiting on us to get there. They're like, "Where's Zaid Walker? Zaid Walker, Michigan State." He's like, "Where's
another
Zaid?
Big Ten recruit?"
Yeah, where's Zaid?
Where's all these guys at? Big Ten.
Cal Sally, Duke guy, he was there, and they're all like, "Where's everybody at?" You know, we're away, so it looks bad on us. We're not there, and then we show up, and then it's just a bunch of Providence. They come deep. Providence fans come deep, and they're all there. We're jogging over to the bleachers. I mean the fence. We're like, man, it was all messed up. We jogged to the dugout. Everybody's just watching us. It was just all messed up, and we hurry up and get ready. And I think it was the second inning, and it was 0-0. They had their number 2 guy up, and he threw it was like a 2-2 count or 3-2 count, and he threw a curveball, and I hit a home run to left field, and the crowd like went silent. Like it felt like Kobe or like LeBron hitting the game winner at an away game, and the crowd just dies. And I remember hitting the home run, just cheering, like just yelling all around the bases, just yelling, and like you could see everybody from on the side and the bleachers just silent, like it was dead silent, because they just didn't expect us to come out like that, and and surprise them, and we were up 2-0, and we end up losing that game. But I think that was one of the biggest experiences I had as a high school player.
Great. I'm going to kind of give a story now from my greatest coaching experience with Tre. So I've always seen Tre, I saw him at 12. They played White Sox A's, and they went on for the Jackie Robinson run. And I saw him at 13, and I actually had a chance to coach him at 14 in the year 2016. And the one moment that stands out to me was we were in a tournament in Ohio. I don't know if you remember this, Tre. We were at a tournament in Ohio. It's 32 degrees. It's raining. It's puddles of water everywhere in the outfield.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
And we were struggling offensively. And Tre had the weekend of his life, maybe. Like, I think his total stats was like 14 for 15. He had like 3 triples and one ball that he hit that they had a big wooden fence, right? It's like an old school Field of Dream fence. And they had a pitcher. He might have been throwing like 83. At that time, at 14, that's a little velocity. So Tre was leading off. He looked at me. I said, do what you do best. And he hit this ball so hard off the fence, put a hole in the wall, and he was standing on third before my head got up. Said, how you get so fast? So, I mean, this guy Tre, I've seen it, right? I've seen him at 10 years old, and to be the young man that he is now, it's just an honor to be able to coach this guy and to be in his life. So, Tre, I'm going to have to wrap this up. Thank you so much for joining the Recess with Coach E, the Outfield Guru. So now, Tre, anybody wants to ask you any follow-up questions, can you give them your email address or your Instagram name?
Yeah. My Instagram name is Tre Hondras 24, and my Gmail is trehondras25@gmail.com. So I'll put it in, type it in real quick so people can get it. There you go. That's my
It's coming up.
That's my name for Instagram, and then.
Okay, Tre. So keep pumping the iron, keep swinging the bat, keep working out. Make sure you're on e-learning so you can be a qualifier.
That's after I hang go with you. That's when I'm getting right back home.
Student athlete. All right, This Coach E signing off.
All right, see you, Coach E. Appreciate it.
All right. No, thank you, Tre.
Yeah.
Okay.